What's up, everybody? This is going to be a little buying a guitar kind of overview thing. It's not really like a buyer's guide. This is just kind of like how you go about buying a guitar, things to look for, features on a guitar that are critical. This will probably be really helpful to beginners. And some of you who have been playing for a little bit, this might even show you something. Okay, so I just want to say something off the bat. I have a lot of Schecters, and I'm a big Jackson fan too. But don't let that influence you. It's just guitars I found. They're also the guitars that are carried at the music store I work at. So, you know, good deals. Good deals matter. And another big thing I want to say is try it before you buy it. Big emphasis for used guitars or new guitars or places you've never been. But try it before you buy it. If you're buying it off the internet, you better have tried one of them and know how it sounds before you get that thing in. Because otherwise you're going to get it and it's not going to be the guitar you think it is. So, first order of business, need. It's always first thing, need. So what do you need? Are you a beginner? Are you a professional? Are you a shredder? Are you a soft player? You know, do you do low tunings? Do you need a versatile machine? So if you're a beginner, this means you're going to get something probably cheap, something not too expensive. So if you give up the hobby or if you give up the idea, then you won't have lost a bunch of money on it. So for a beginner, you probably want to get something that's really nice and, you know, not too much money. So for an electric guitar, I'd recommend you spend at least $150. Unless you get one of these Ibanez Minis like I got. These are only $130 and I bought one. I mean, you can watch one of my other videos. It's shred-tastic. But you don't want to spend just some $300 off the bat, do you? Well, I did. And I got one of these Schecter Omen 6s, and it's the greatest guitar ever, you know? And it's lasted me, and I'm still shredding like crazy on it. So if you do spend the initial money, maybe you'll get rewarded. Or maybe you'll just have a nice guitar sitting around if you give it up. But versatility also can be if you get like the Mark Morton signature guitar by Jackson. The reason it is a as a chambered body and has those pickups and all those switches and knobs is because Mark wanted it to be a very versatile guitar. He wanted to be able to play with his jazz band back at home, but also get on stage with Lamb of God and play. And, you know, Jackson did it. So next thing is what comes after need? Want. So preferences. What color do you want this thing to be? There's colors all around me. I mean, you can get just about everything in a natural color, in my V. You can get anything in a blood red color. You can get things in satin finishes, get you a different sound than a clear coat. This is a satin guitar. My Omen is a satin guitar. The rest of my guitars are a clear coat, and a clear coat will give you a different sound than a satin coat. I opt for satin because it allows your guitar to resonate differently. It also looks different and doesn't hold fingerprints as well. Like, it doesn't show them as easily. You really have to get some gunk on a guitar to show it on satin. Do you want a tremolo? Do you want a weird-shaped guitar? Do you want a V? You want a V guitar? You want a normal-shaped guitar? Do you want you want crazy inlays? Do you want some shark fin inlays? You want shark fin inlays like this? You want some regular dots? Do you want no inlays? Do you want a single inlay? There's so many options. So it's just that kind of stuff. And then another thing is body types. Do you want a hollow body? Do you want a solid body? Do you want a semi-hollow? Do you want all that stuff. Now let's go on to types of wood. I'm not going to go over what types of wood there are. There are lots of types of woods, okay? And every piece of wood is unique. It is, as long as the wood is real, unless you're buying a carbon fiber guitar, but the wood has it, you know, it never grows 100% the same, so every guitar will be different. My Hellraiser weighs a ton, all right? Your Hellraiser might weigh nothing, all right? You go to a guitar, you look at two identical guitars, pick them up. If they weigh the same, I don't know, you put them on a scale, they probably won't weigh the same. They most likely won't, just because every piece of wood's unique. A heavier guitar will probably have a, you know, more powerful sound. It'll probably sound better, and it'll probably resonate longer. But, you know, look up these types of woods. If you find a guitar that you think you might want to get, check out the type of wood. Make sure it's your preference, if it's mellow or if it's bright. Next thing is you can check out your nut material. I got this synthetic graft tusk nut on this thing, and it's supposed to allow resonance over a broader frequency range as opposed to a regular piece of bone. Let's see, you can get different bridges. Okay. This is a name brand bridge on here. It is a Tone Pros. Tone Pros bridges are expensive. They are, if you buy one, it is $60-something just for the bridge. And if you get a tail piece, it's another $60-something. Whereas if you just get a Goto one, like a lot of other guitar makers will use Goto on their tuners and then just rename them with their, like rebadge them with their name. And those will be a lot cheaper. They work just as well, though. I think the Goto is actually better. But most companies will not tell you it is a Goto product. But don't think because it's cheaper it's worse. Tone Pros aren't all they're cracked up to be. Next thing is scale length. I mentioned that in my string video. Scale length affects how low that guitar can go and what strings you have to get in order to maintain the same tuning. A longer scale length will allow you to go lower or play with lighter strings. One or the other. If you play with lighter strings, you always can tune higher, but if your guitar is longer, the same set of strings on a shorter scale will allow you to get, will have to be tuned higher. So if you put heavy strings on a long scale guitar, you'll be able to tune very low. Okay? For instance, my 7-string here is a 26.5 inch as opposed to 25.5 inch, and I can tune it, well, it's a 7-string. You know, they did that on purpose so you could hit that low B and not worry about it like being floppy. So next thing is pickups. If you're going electric, or if you're going acoustic with electric pickup in it, you know, check out what pickups there are. See if they fit your necessity. I have active pickups. Active pickups are for shredding. Don't think they're for your old jazz and blues. Don't think they're for your country music, because they have a much different sound. But look up these sounds and see if they are to your liking. A cheaper guitar like my Omen 6 or the little Ibanez here, they just have generic pickups. That, you know, they just have an all-around okay sound. They'll sound good in all areas, but they won't sound excellent in any one area necessarily. Next thing, cases and stuff. I'd recommend you always get a hard shell case, because a gig bag is pointless. It'll prevent dust from getting on a guitar, and that's nothing. All right, my guitars have been bumped into and everything. If someone bumps into your gig bag, it will mess your guitar up. If someone bumps your fretboard, it could jack your fretboard up. It could jack your strings up. If you're going gigging, a gig bag is it's an oxymoron. A gig bag is more like a storage bag. So get you a hard shell case. Hard shell cases are very well worth it. They can be anywhere $50 to $150. If you want rhinestones in yours, spend $150. If you just want a regular case that works, $50. I recommend SKB. They make about everyone's on the planet. Also know where you buy from. If you're buying off the internet, make sure that person is a good seller. You know, the Piney Hills Music Store, that's where I work. You know, we're trustworthy. Not that that sounds very good coming straight out of the horse's mouth, but, you know, Drum City Guitar Land, Musician's Friend, Sweetwater, big names. You can trust them. And they will take care of your product and make sure it's shipped to you. And if it gets damaged in shipping, they will take care of you. Then you want to worry about the return policy and the warranty on the guitar. Most guitars have a lifetime warranty with that guitar, and most manufacturers will have either a 90-day or a 1-year warranty on the product, depending on what it is. Next thing is resale value. I don't intend to sell any of mine, so I don't really care, but if you buy a name brand, it'll have a better resale value than a no-name brand. Also, a more expensive one will have a higher resale value just by nature. But if you buy a very expensive guitar from a no-name manufacturer, don't expect to get crap for it, because no one knows who it is. No one knows if it lasts. I want to emphasize, do not sweat price as much as functionality and quality. All right? That jack's in there. Many of you asked. It is a $2,200 guitar, Musician's Friend. All right? That thing is going to last me a lifetime, and it is everything that I could want. You know, it's a shred machine dream. All right? Also, by the same token, this 7-string, I didn't spend over $750. That's what these things go for. And it's a shredder's dream as well. But, you know, I chose what I wanted. So buy something that will make you happy, but don't settle for less if you can't settle for the lack of other things that you might want. You know, as a final note, always take really good care of your instrument. It's very important to take care of your instrument. If you don't take care of it, it doesn't matter how well it's made. Someone can break it. So that's all. Hope this helps you guys buy some guitars.